guys, me again. I realize I don't have any makeup on today. When I hate the way I kind of look all bald on the camera without makeup, but I don't know for those of you who have contact lenses or not. You, some of you might understand where I'm coming from with this when I say that my eyes could not handle makeup today. I would just be digging at them. I'm already like dealing with this one being all weird and scrunchy, so we're going bald today, guys. So hopefully I'm not as offensive to you as I feel to myself right now. Um, Probably going to be a little bit shorter one today, and I don't have a whole lot interesting to say, and I try to give you guys interesting content. So I don't like making long videos if I really don't have too much to talk about, if I don't feel like completely inspired that day, or the words aren't coming, but I still want to post because I made a promise, and I don't want you guys to sit for weeks thinking that I don't care, or I'm not thinking about it, or I'm not trying to make a better video than the one that came before, when it wasn't really about anything. I don't know if that makes sense. I just don't want to let anyone down, but there's a lot of ways to let people down, and so sometimes I get inside my own head and I overthink things and end up freezing myself up because I'm not really sure where to go from there. And I guess that's kind of where I am today. I'm feeling a little bit insecure, and which is a terrible feeling for me. You guys know me by now and know me well enough to know that it bothers me if I'm not feeling completely confident in what I'm doing. Now, it's not to say that I feel like I'm doubting my abilities as far as like being a realtor goes. I'm not. I'm very well aware that it takes a few months of building a customer base and planning and getting yourself out there, your name and your picture and all this stuff before people go, oh, I should call that girl, whenever they want to have a house. I've done 2 open houses, and I've got a few contacts that way. I'm reaching out to do more of them, but I didn't get any answers back for this weekend, so I'm going to go old school this weekend, do something that I used to do for a living, which is I'm going to go knock on some doors. And again, it's been, I don't know, 12 years or more since I've knocked on doors for a living, so it should be prove to be interesting. But I think I have it all mapped out and planned out. I'm going to try in my own neighborhood first, just to kind of get a feel for it in a neighborhood I'm familiar with, before I go try to knock into bigger neighborhoods. I did want to ask you guys for your opinions, for those of you who do comment, who are kind of staying up with the newest videos. I had an idea to maybe go, because I don't know, some of you guys know, like Anthony, you're familiar with Reno, and a few of you guys are familiar with Reno, but Reno is a type of town where if you live in a luxury apartment, in other words, an apartment that is more than a ghetto apartment, and that's usually how it goes. I mean, there's 2 kinds of apartments here. It's either ghetto and it's expensive, or luxury and it's expensive. That's just how this town runs. And so my idea was to maybe try to hit the nicer, higher end apartments, because I feel like you have to have a decent credit check and a decent income to be able to afford them. Some of the ghetto apartments, and I'm not even kidding when I tell you, run $2,400 a month for a 2-bedroom in this town. So I'm thinking that anyone that can afford the higher end apartments, which are going to be probably close to double that, are going to be in a place where I might find a couple of people who would qualify for a home loan. And I just thought maybe it was a neat idea to kind of break into, just because I don't see a lot of people knocking on doors in apartments. And again, apartment people get settled and get comfortable, and they don't think about, hey, maybe I should try buying a home, because it's just not on their radar. Oh, I look terrible without makeup today. I'm so sorry. I look so bald and blah. Sorry. Okay, anyways, again, I get that vulnerable feeling because I'm like, I'm trying so hard and I'm working hard at this, and again, I know it's going to take time, but it's still, when I don't get immediate results, I get impatient, and then I start to doubt myself and my own abilities, and I know that's not a good place to be. And so I figured if I talked it out a little bit, maybe I would do a little bit better. So I don't know, for those of you who have the time, maybe could you comment in the comments if you think that's a good idea, or if you think I'd be wasting my time knocking on apartment doors. I mean, house neighborhoods, you always have the chance to get someone interested in selling their own house, or who have a friend or family member who wants to buy a house in the neighborhood, or there's a lot of different options there. But again, I'm trying to be innovative, and I'm trying to think outside the box so that maybe I can get more contact faster and build a list of possible people to continue to call and be in touch with over time. It's not instant gratification type of job. I mean, you have to build a list of people, and you have to kind of get time frames when's a good time to get back with them and contact with them, because buying a house is a serious business. It's not like a decision you can make on a whim or overnight, not very often anyways. And so a lot of people struggle with it, trying to make the right decision, and trying to make sure that they're secure in what they're doing. So that's kind of my job, is to get them there and to help them feel secure and to show them all the options. I mean, obviously, that's obviously what a realtor's job is, but you know what I mean. Anyways, other than that, I mean, my life itself doesn't make me insecure. My marriage is great. We still haven't gotten in single arguments. Just got my car registered for the year, which, can you believe I've had my new car for a year? It's crazy to me. It doesn't seem like it's been a year. I have noticed, and I don't know who else has noticed this, but as you get older, years just get shorter and shorter and shorter. And so a year flybys like that for me now, and it's crazy, and it's kind of scary. It's like, God, I'm not ready to be approaching old yet. I've still got so much more life I feel like I have to lead, and just hoping I can slow down the process a little. It helps not being anywhere near as stressed out as I used to be. That slows some of the waddle and the wrinkles down a little bit. But I just noticed that, and so I have a personal theory on that. So if you look at just math in general and the kind of laws of it, when you're 5 years old, or even 10 years old, when you're 5 years old, 1 year is 1/5 of your life. When you're 10 years old, 1 year is 1/10 of your life, which is literally been halved, in that same period of time. So if you're looking at 45 years old, 1 year is 1/45 of your life. That is a small fraction. It's a fart in the wind, so to speak. And I think that you can feel that fractional change mathematically, like somewhere in your brain and in your body. And that's why each year flies so fast, is because each year, as you get older, 1 year is a smaller and smaller percentage, smaller and smaller fraction of your total life. And I remember being a little kid and thinking 1 year was an eternity. Like, we'll have to wait for next Christmas. And you're like, next Christmas is the longest time away. And now it's like, God, I wish the years would just slow down a little bit and give me a little more time, because I'm not ready to be old and useless just yet. Not to say old people are useless. I'm saying I feel like after I get to a certain age, my use is going to start lessening, and that's going to make me feel less able to do the things that I want to do in my life. I think that age is something that's relative for every person, and regardless, there are 80-year-old people that don't seem old at all. So I'm just praying and hoping that I end up being one of those people later on, because I admire seeing an 80 or 90-year-old woman who's out jumping in ice lakes and parachuting and stuff like that. It's just the coolest thing ever to me to see that they're not giving up on their life and throwing in the towel, and that's the kind of person I want to be. I really admire that kind of fight and perseverance and enjoyment of life, and I just feel like those people treasure what they have more than people who are ready to give up at 60, or and then just want to lay around and do nothing. And I feel like life is a huge gift, and we should all treasure it and value it, and make the most of it for ourselves, for our families, for each other, for our friends. Um, it's, if you think about it, the most amazing gift you could ever be given, a chance to exist, to be, to become somebody, and to make your way in the world and build your morals and beliefs and values, and just see what you can do with it. And when you think of life on a philosophical level, it gets weird and deep in it, and it gets into my mind, and so I try to just live it instead of thinking about it, because it becomes a concept that I can't even wrap my head around, I guess. Anyways, hope I'm not rambling, you guys. I just wanted to say hi, make sure I posted my video on time, kind of tell you where my head is right now. Just because I'm feeling insecure and upset that I'm feeling insecure does not mean I'm unhappy. I'm very, very happy. I like the trajectory that everything is heading on. I just wish it would just move a little bit faster. So if any of you are in the Northern Nevada area, put my name out there. Come on, give a sister a little plug, okay? For those of you who aren't, just knowing that you're here watching this today, and that you're here for me, it means everything to me. It's all the difference in the world. I love you guys, and I will talk to you next week, and I will try to prepare some more stories for you guys for next week. It's just, it's really hard for me to remember which ones I did. I don't have time to watch all the videos I've already done to see which ones I told. So I just need to know that I'm not being annoying if I accidentally repeat stories and whatnot. So just let me know in the comments, okay? I love you guys, and I will talk to you soon. Hopefully I won't look such a mess next time.